Drum roll, please. Hey, friends, it's Jen,
I'm Wendy.
and welcome to the Oxijen Podcast.
This is Kringle, by the way. He's joining us. He's our special guest.
We are navigating life and breaking the chains of self-doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Our whole goal and mission is to empower women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, because that's where we are. We're in our 40s, and we want to empower women to step into their greatness
Yeah.
with confidence and create a life that you love. So if that sounds good to you, then stay tuned and stick with us.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So today's topic, we're going to talk about self-worth. And if I'm being honest, self-worth is something that I've struggled with for a long time, and I still struggle with, daily. It's interesting, right? It's this idea. I always grew up thinking I wasn't worthy of having money or spending money on myself or worthy of success, to be honest.
That's crazy.
I know, and even worthy to just be happy. I was always sad as a kid, and by nobody's fault but what I was thinking at the time. And so the topic is self-worth. And I am in a mastermind class, which is so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
They did an exercise having us write down everything that we spent on our education and where we are. And it blew my mind because I saw the years that I spent investing in my education and my business.
Investing in yourself when growing up, you thought you weren't worthy of any of this.
Exactly. And it was just like, wow, I've done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that to brag.
You've done a lot. You've invested a lot in yourself. You've learned a lot about yourself.
And I've only learned that through awareness. And that's why we're sharing this idea of this self-worth, because if we're not aware that that we're thinking we're unworthy
Mm-hmm.
and feeling unworthy, then we're going to be stuck in that unworthy loop. So we're going to share tips on how to shift that concept, but we want to just start to think about it. Like, where in your life do you feel unworthy? A lot of my clients, it's, if you're a mom or a grandmom and you're staying home, taking care of the kids, some feel unworthy of spending money because they're not physically bringing in money, but the worth is in the time and the value that you're spending with your family. So it's really shifting the perspective of worth. And I'm going to where do you find yourself that you may struggle with self-worth?
Well, there's times that I feel selfish about spending time by myself, for myself, or even spending money on things for myself. I'm like, no, this needs to go towards this or towards that. I don't need this. So I don't pamper myself. I put myself last. And that's where I struggle with self-worth, because I'm always worried about taking care of everything else and everyone else. And then I'm like, I'll do for me later on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all deserving of loving ourselves, of
Mhm.
self-worth. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to feel love, and you deserve to know that you are worthy. So this podcast today is just really about uncovering those areas that we are kind of not feeling our best, or feeling unworthy to do something. Maybe you want to sign up for a class that you're feeling that, you can't sign up because you don't have the money, or your husband wants you to do something. Look around and see where in your life is this worth being challenged, this self-worth. And so here's what I would love for you to do is start to shift that narrative, because it's the story. We all tell a story,
Mhm.
but it's having that awareness of the story of I am worthy. So if you're driving or you're listening to this, I want you to really embrace that and ready and say, I am worthy. And then start to make a list of all the qualities and all the things that you do. It's starting to shift the perspective of your actual worth, because each and every one of us are worthy of greatness. We're worthy of success. We're worthy of being happy and living our best life.
Right.
And we all get in our own way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's realizing and just having that awareness that we are getting in our own way. So here's what I challenge you to do. I'm going to have Wendy do this. So I did the exercise around business where I wrote down, I didn't even write down everything that I spent and everything that I did for my education, because my worth is being successful or being of worthy of even sharing on our podcast. Like, who's going to listen to us? Is that self-doubt creeping in somewhere in your life? So we're going to unpack it right here. So the challenge is to identify those areas in your life, or one area in your life where you're having that doubt or that self-critic on your worth. I'm not worthy of going to this class, or maybe it's investing in yourself. A lot of us don't think we're worthy of investing in our education, our clothes, our food, our health. And that's a big one, because if we can shift that and then make that investment, like you talked about, then you're a better person. I'm a better person. And when we're better people, we're better
Right.
for the people that we love.
Absolutely.
So my challenge, since Wendy's was worth of spending, I want you to give me 3 things that you do that provides value to yourself and your household that may not be money. Where can you bring worth into your mind that is not, maybe not money?
Well, spending time on myself, doing nice things for myself, most definitely.
And what does nice things for yourself look like?
It could be, I don't know, painting my nails or doing a facial, spending time doing things that I really enjoy, like gardening. I would, instead of like if someone wants to go out and do something and I'd rather do gardening, I don't want to feel guilty and be like, I'd rather just like stay home and do what makes me happy. So those are some of the situations, not necessarily like spending money on myself. I could do all these things for free, really.
Well, let's go back to a monetary. What's something that you would always wanted to buy that you haven't bought because you...
Well,
Oh, here we
here's
go.
actually
Here we go. We're getting into it.
actually something that I've been wanting to buy for a long, long time, and I finally did
Okay.
invest in myself, was my sneakers.
For those of you that can't see when we have it, she bought nice new pink Noble sneakers.
Noble, baby.
So, all right. So you did make...
I finally did. I broke down. I looked at them for about a year.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, oh my God, I love them. And you're like, no, Wendy, you don't need them. They're very expensive. They'll last forever though. And I kept on seeing them. And finally one day I just pulled the trigger and I was like, you're worth it. And you know what? I was.
Wait,
And I am.
I want you guys to hear that. Can you just hear the excitement and energy
Sneakers.
over sneakers? Because she decided that day that she was worthy enough for sneakers.
I jumped in. I did it. I pulled
All
the
right.
trigger.
What are you holding back on or waiting for because you feel it's not the time, or you're not ready, or you're not worthy? That thing, I want you to really think about, and I want you to go after it. For me, it was actually investing in that mastermind class. Because if I'm being honest, it was an expense at that time and still is. And I almost didn't pull the trigger, but I've been doing this work so much that old story, that old narrative and not being worthy popped in. And I said, not today.
Kick rocks.
Kicked it out. We hope this podcast was helpful, if not entertaining. The bottom line is you are worth it. You are worthy. You are deserving. You have one life to live. Make it a good one. We are here to help and support you.
And if you want those pink sneakers, do it. Buy them.
Buy them. Yes. Thumbs up on our screen. Not sure how it's happening, but I like it. And fireworks. Well, that because of the pink sticker. We are going out on that note. How do we leave a high note of fireworks? I don't know. You just peace out. So we are so happy you're here with us on this podcast journey. We love you. We're here to support you. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. It's Oxijen Mind Body. Connect with us. We're here for you. Till next time, stay happy.
Stay healthy.